What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Underground Pub Show, episode 59 here on the 50K Multiverse Network. My name is Schreiber, and here as always with Bobo, and a big welcome back to CJ.
Hey, thanks, guys. I took a week off because I was legitimately sick.
Are you in good health now?
No.
No, not really?
I can actually have a voice tonight.
Well, that's good. That's good. We were very concerned about you last week, man. We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah. Y'all were talking mad crap.
How'd you know if you didn't watch?
I mean,
I've heard through all the people that watched the Underground Pub Show.
So one person came up to you and said that we were talking shit?
Yeah, that's actually legitimate. But it's fine, man.
Obviously, you were given very bad intel because we were really concerned. We were hoping you were okay.
I don't think Bobo was legitimately concerned about my health.
I actually made you think that I was.
I mean, I thought we were friends. If you were sick, I'd be like, I hope Bobo's okay. But it's fine.
I mean, you're not a child, so I didn't think there's any danger of your health unless you're like legit running around outside with no clothes on while going through the flu. Then that would just be your fault.
No, I was fine.
Okay,
I'm living.
What's the problem?
I was just saying, like, when you're sick, I care.
Was it one of those?
Last time I was sick?
Was it one of those flu
Did you
epidemic?
Not have
things?
like a serious illness to where you can only drink white wine and red wine now?
Actually,
yes, the gout.
Yes, I had the gout.
Actually,
I was worried about you.
In Bobo's defense, though, Bobo, didn't you do a show like after blowing your back out one time?
I had to get all those meds, and I was in here high as hell.
Yeah, that was a good time.
But did you have a voice?
I think you fell asleep at the mic, but
I dozed off.
Yeah, but hey, the show must go on, right?
I had no voice, and we're doing a Facebook podcast, which requires a voice, and I didn't have it. So unless I had like fucking some sort of thing to like use a Sharpie to draw on to like put out my thoughts,
that might have been cool. I mean, we could have worked.
I mean, all you had to do is just quickly explain to us how bad the Saints are at defense, and then you could have went home. That would take like 5 minutes.
Comes down to that.
I think everybody saw how bad the Saints were, and I don't
want to leak that one play.
I don't want to talk about it all night. But I will say,
well, unfortunately, we didn't talk about it last week, so now we have to talk.
We actually did talk about it at a pretty good amount last week.
I wasn't here, and I will say.
I see.
Real quick.
I see. Josh Smith is in the live chat. What's up, Josh Smith? Just giving a shout at him. All right, go ahead, CJ.
No, hi, Josh.
Yes,
Smith, fellow Jew. How are you?
Are you Jewish?
Josh Smith is Jewish. Yes. Okay. No. Okay. So let me just say, at the end of the Saints-Vikings game was the worst play in NFL history.
Yeah,
in NFL history, and no matter what happens, Breeze's comeback will never be talked about because of the worst play in NFL history. I know our producer is going to disagree with me because there's a tuck rule play that happened. I know that people that root for Arizona will be unhappy to talk about that because the San Antonio Holmes catch. Colts fans that play where you had two people line up and then had the rest of your players off on the side against the Patriots for some reason. Whatever that
so
play,
weird.
whatever that
was
play
a
was,
play.
was
It's
better
all,
than the last
it's
play.
all, it's all
of the
not
Saints
as
game.
not as bad as the Saints. Yeah.
No, like the freaking Music City Miracle. That was a better play than what happened.
Well,
Like, literally, it's the worst play because not only did Marcus Williams make the worst tackle attempt,
but
in history,
Cam Jordan blew a sack.
he was dancing around doing
Cam Jordan had a clear line right to Case Keenum, and like right before he made the tackle, he just turned around and looked at the defender behind him. It was
where was he going? Where was he doing this?
Yeah, I mean it's a head scratcher for sure. Yeah,
no, I mean, like seriously, like I would have rather have lost by a last-second field goal.
What's up, Chris?
Than
Visual?
the shenanigans that just happened in the Saints.
Yeah, it was tough to watch, man.
I enjoyed watching it.
Well, I imagine
know
you did.
I,
but
I got the message, the laugh out loud.
Yeah.
We got that message.
CJ, this kind of got brought up on our show last week, and then the day after our show last week, I called in on which I guess is now our
PMVN
fellow
Play Harder Radio with
our
James
our
Grant
fellow
and Chad Colquitt, which you can tune in to
our fellow network guys.
whatever night they are on.
They do it. Play Harder Radio is
Thursday nights, correct?
Thursday nights is Play Harder Radio, and I called in the next day, and James Grant, one of their hosts, his specific question that he asked me, he goes, "Have you ever seen a worse play than that?" And I said, "No." After kind of stumbling on my words a little bit, I said, "No, it was pretty bad." And then he said, his exact words, he goes, "If I was Sean Payton, I would never let that guy around my team again." CJ, how do you feel about that? Because I did immediately say, Marcus Williams actually had a pretty good season. In fact, he made an interception in that game against the Vikings that kind of got the Saints back into the game. Just made probably the worst play of, like you said, NFL history. But
Marcus Williams is a good young player.
Okay, if you're Sean Payton, does he stay on the Saints roster next week or next year?
Yes.
Okay.
1,000 times yes. I mean, he's a good young player.
Yeah.
He made the interception that got the Saints back in the game. He's young. He's got talent. He's got a great vertical. Good. I mean, he's a good player. He just made.
I agree.
He made a bonehead mistake.
A very boneheaded
One
mistake.
player for one play says more about the team than it does about the player.
Yeah, and see, like, and that's another thing too is like people got to remember that the Saints were put in that position for a reason. Drew Brees, being the amazing quarterback that he is, also threw 2 interceptions in that game. One of them not being a very good
Yeah,
pass.
but that was in the first half. One was an underthrow.
I'm just saying it happened. Like, and the Saints
There was
were.
a lot of bad calls in the first half of that.
Here
game.
we go.
There were.
Here
I'm
we
not.
go.
I'm not going to get into all
Here
that.
we go.
I'm not going to get into all
Bad
that.
calls.
I see our buddy Josh Gay from the Pensacola Ice Flyers PA is watching. What's up, buddy?
All right. We came back from those bad calls. I will say, Bobo.
Some of us just call them calls, but go ahead.
No, okay.
There were some bad.
I
calls,
love my
but
friend
I
Bobo.
don't believe it's why we lost.
I'm saying I love my fellow co-host Bobo. Good guy. He
Thanks.
loves to rag on the
Thanks.
Saints. But I will say that he will be fair in certain aspects of Saints games. Blah blah blah. He did say he loved Kamara 2 weeks ago before the show started.
I do think he's a great player.
Yeah, he
Okay.
is.
There is one play that happened right before the Saints got stuffed
I remember
on
hearing about
3rd
this
and
at
1.
work.
Defensive tackle Tom Johnson, that used to play for the Saints, who plays for the Minnesota Vikings, was lined up in the neutral zone. His helmet was right by the football. They did not call a penalty. That should have been an automatic first down, 5-yard penalty. The Saints take a knee, get down to 3 seconds, kick the ball, win the game. Was not called.
Do you think that was just like that was like a bad call or no? That was just negligence. If they probably just didn't even notice or
It
just,
was
Yeah,
definite negligence because that. I mean, there's a picture on.
Oh,
Online.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
You guys won't let me not see them
Yes.
on
trust-
Facebook.
Well, trust me, as Saints fans, we've also seen the exact other side of that, where I think I've seen
You
that.
mean you're the guy checking the mail or speed skating
Or Stone Cold Steve Austin
or
doing
playing
the
a trumpet,
stunner, doing the
Yeah.
stunner
playing the
on
drums.
Marcus Williams.
Yeah.
I've seen all of it, man. Yeah, it's
I've seen all of them.
Dylan Cox says Vodka Heartburn, which is the name of a song from my old band. Very cool. I like that. But yeah, dude, there was a lot of vodka heartburn when that play happened. But I mean, You know, guys, we talked about this game last week.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it all night.
I really don't know what more we can say about it, other than it happened. It was a terrible fucking play. I don't believe the Saints should let go of Marcus Williams. I know James Grant with Play Harder Radio is going to disagree, but no, I mean, he had a great season. I think he was just a few plays away from making the Pro Bowl himself, which the Saints had a good cast of players going there, which unfortunately have to play in now.
We've got 7.
They should just get rid of Breeze. He's too old. All right, moving on. The Patriots versus Jacksonville game.
When trolling goes wrong.
What do you guys think about that game?
When trolling goes wrong.
I will say.
So I'm sorry.
I never thought
my mind like
Patriots Jacksonville game. What?
I never thought the Jags were going to win that whole game.
That
game, like even when they were up 20-10, I thought the Patriots were going to come back. And like I know, like
you've been conditioned to think that, and that's honestly, not wrong because that's what you should think because they came back on the Atlanta Falcons and probably one of the most fantastic comebacks.
It was one of the best comebacks of all time.
So after that,
they should never be counted out of any game ever.
If they're not playing against a fossil team or a Giants team or a fossil Giants team, then you really.
Anything
like whatever.
Yeah, any kind of New York team, I guess, is just kind of.
I don't know if.
Yeah, you're right. I take that back.
What was the last coach's name?
As soon as those words left my mouth, I realized
the guy who's like a gardener from an apartment building. What's his name? The last coach for McAdoo.
Oh, Ben McAdoo.
Yeah.
McAdoo.
It's like a
McAdoo.
By the way,
gardener.
Corey McNally in our live chat. Thank you very much for the kind words.
McNally, at least get his name.
McNally,
right.
Thank you. But anyways, yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, the Patriots, they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It was still like it wasn't a walk in the park, that's for sure.
No, it wasn't.
Jacksonville's defense is legit.
Jacksonville literally had that game for a while. It just, I think the Patriots did Patriot things. They figured out a way to win. You know.
My biggest thing was watching that game. They should not have blown the whistle when Miles Jack got that fumble.
That was a big call.
Is that confirmed like a fumble?
Yeah, I mean they called it a fumble.
I mean, I'm just saying after the fact when people watched the replay and everything.
Oh yeah. I mean,
it was definitely without a doubt. Because it was all along. It wasn't even in control and it was all rolling around his leg and stuff, right?
Yeah, it was. Because it was a trick play.
Okay.
And
completely out of camera. Just
camera? Oh, that's fine.
And
they know what I look like.
You can hear Bobo.
Just throwing it out there, guys that are watching. We like I said, the live chat is obviously open, and we do have our hotline open tonight, 907-7686.
850 if you're not Pensacola.
850.
Yes.
850-907-7686. Y'all please call in if y'all want to talk about all the stuff that we're talking about tonight. We have a lot to talk about.
We'll talk about anything.
We'll talk about rapists and wrestling.
Yeah, Enzo,
that is happening.
Enzo Amore. I'm so glad you brought this up.
We've
man.
got that to talk
Not if
about.
you're a lady in wrestling.
We've got
the girl
Super Bowl
that's
to
accusing
talk about.
him her name's Philomena, like. Like P
where in the hell is this heading?
MENA Philomena. I can't even pronounce her last name. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it happened in October.
That's going to be talked about. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to be eventually later on the segment tonight. The show tonight. We're going to be talking about the worst fans in sports of all sports. That is going to be a big topic tonight that we're going to get into. I know this has been widely debated on our show for a while, so we're tackling it tonight. We want to hear from you, the viewers out there. Who's the worst fans in all of sports? So y'all make sure to call in.
Yeah, according to our poll, it was Alabama.
Yeah, according to the poll, it was Alabama.
Philadelphia to that poll?
Well, at Philadelphia
and LSU.
Philadelphia and LSU were both on that. And had
you know the problem is more people have interactions with Bama fans. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that, but I mean, we're going to discuss this whenever we get to it, I guess. But well, shit. I mean, are we done talking about the championship games? Like.
I mean, we can keep
I don't know.
we can.
I really don't have anything much more to say.
I mean,
for those championship
the fucking
games.
Philly game was a rout.
It was terrible. Yeah. The Philadelphia Eagles just beat the Vikings.
It was just a rout. There's
makes me wonder how it could have gone. But
there was a lot of fan interaction, which made the game kind of interesting. Like the Vikings fans before the game.
Poor Vikings fans are being.
That's why I decided to bring this into
the good, honest Viking people.
Yeah, Vikings
with their skull chants. They couldn't even say skull.
I'm sorry, but that skull chant, I'm going to apologize to Jody Mickelson because I love you. But, man, that chant's stupid.
Why?
It's stupid.
It's what Vikings used to do before they went into battle.
Skull. School. That's dumb.
Well, it worked on
That
you
is
guys.
dumb.
They yelled
You know
skull.
what worked on us was the worst
What's
play
up,
in
Saunders?
NFL history.
Your defensive
Nothing.
back just like
Well,
literally
Now
lost
he
all.
fell over.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, we'll,
He got
we'll,
skull faced.
we'll just use that.
He did get skull face.
We'll just use this as a great segment then, or segue, I should say. So yeah,
They
yeah,
ripped that off the Iceland team, by the way.
fair enough.
Well, it's Vikings. Actually,
But,
this where originally was this a Viking thing?
So with all that happening, the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl with Nick Foles, ironically, and they're going to play the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Foles.
And
Foles.
and like the big
Another one
debate.
of CJ's Notre Dame moment.
Why are you mad at Vikings? Because they outplayed
talked
the
That's what I was
Saints?
getting to.
'Cause they
Yeah,
outplayed the Saints.
yeah.
They
They
did
they
not.
talk
How do you get
they
mad
talk
at
smack
They
about
did
Saints
not
fans.
outplay the
Of
Saints.
course they talk shit. They won. Why would you not?
Because they were still butthurt
Or
from
they
09.
talked shit before and then they won. I don't understand the
No,
problem.
see, they got lucky as shit. That last play,
They
was
scored a
luck.
65-yard touchdown.
By luck from the worst play in NFL history.
That doesn't.
Well,
Whose fault is that? I
Mar-
don't understand.
Marcus Williams of the
Marcus
Saints. That's whose
Williams'
fault it was.
Yeah.
But now that we're on this subject,
And where did it get them?
It got them to the championship,
There you go,
the,
thank
Got
you.
the conference
embarrassed
championship game.
38-7.
Now that we're on this subject, the Eagles are going to be in the Super Bowl, and it's been widely debated for a long time that the Eagles, along with several other teams, are one of the worst fans in the NFL. And we saw a lot of evidence about this on YouTube about how bad these Philly fans really are. Bobo, you brought to light to us how bad some Philadelphia Flyers fans really are on
Yeah, those
on
videos
our.
are fucking hilarious.
That's crazy. But I mean, it's been widely debated who are really the worst. I mean, outside of the Eagles fans, obviously on our poll that we put on our group on
Raider
on
fan
Facebook.
up there. Raider fans killed people in the stadium.
Well,
That's pretty bad.
in that picture, I didn't put any
No,
Raiders fans,
that's,
but
that's Dodger fans. First of all, that Raiders.
So the Raider fan and Dodger fan is exclusive? Come on.
No,
it's the same dude.
Raider fans wait till they
He
get to
just
the
changed
bark.
his shirt. Yeah, exactly.
but in that
They
picture we
wait till
got.
they get to the bark, man.
In that picture we got right there, we've got an Eagles fan being arrested. We've got some Alabama fans that are painted up. We've got New York Yankees fans being Yankees fans, which are just.
Notice the nice light he shines on the Alabama fans.
I said they were
everybody else.
painted.
Yeah, they're painted. Yay.
They're painted, and all I said was Yankees fans being Yankees fans. And then we have a Detroit Red Wings fans. All four of those fans are generally considered to be widely annoying.
See, I don't hear much
And-
about Red Wings people.
Well, because Florida's not a big hockey state, but
I hear the Lightning fans are pretty ridiculous.
Lightning's fans are fine, dude. Red Wings fans are horrible.
They're a bunch of ragamuffins
Ragamuffins, are they?
running their mouth,
um,
talking crap.
But in the hockey world, it's the Detroit Red Wings and the Boston Bruins. Those are the two that you kind of want to look out for.
So not the Flyer people?
Well, the Philadelphia Flyers used to be.
Okay.
Lately, they haven't been very good, so nobody cares. But
I see.
the Detroit Red Wings, they play in the arena that's called Hockey Town.
So,
So that
these
means they-
people depend on. See, that's the thing about Philadelphia. It doesn't. The Eagles anyway. It doesn't matter whether they're good or bad.
No,
always
they're just always amazingly like furious about whatever's going on with their team. I didn't know that this was a thing about Philadelphia fans in general until two things. One, in Drew Brees' book about whenever they won the Super Bowl, the Saints, he talked about how their bus got egged. CJ, you remember that, right?
We didn't play Philadelphia that year.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, in 2006 or in 2009, we played in week 2.
Yeah, and
So-
apparently the Saints bus got egged by
Well, yeah,
Philadelphia
they did that to the
fans.
Minnesota Vikings too.
Yeah,
And-
they still did that the
Yeah.
other day.
So I didn't
also,
know.
I guess
didn't
the
know
Vikings
that was their
have like
thing.
a 99-year-old lady fan that's been alive
Yeah.
forever, Millie.
Millie.
And they were chanting "fuck you, Millie" like
And-
after the game.
It's like two guys in a sheet walking through the city yelling "fuck
Which
Millie."
I know it's
And everyone's
really wrong, but I just couldn't stop but laugh.
But why? I don't understand. Who decided to, let's just get this sheet, let's paint it. Hey, dude, let's just walk to the street and yell "fuck Millie" for an hour. And that's what him and his buddy did. It's so strange.
It's strange, but it's hilarious at the same time.
Yeah.
And then your friend Dylan DC Cox is saying that he wants you to talk about band stuff.
Well, Dylan, I will get to that in just a minute, buddy. But no, I mean, as far as these bad fans go, with Philadelphia, like outside of what I read about that with in Drew Brees' book and Sean Payton's for that matter, But what really brought it to light was the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when they didn't
booed Santa Claus.
Sean Payton, right?
Well, he wrote a book.
He had
Boom, I
somebody
got
help
your
him.
wallet. Boom, I got your credit
Yeah.
cards. Boom, I got your Phillies tickets.
The Philadelphia the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They did a show where they had tickets to a World Series game, and the Phillies were in the World Series, and they lost them, and they were trying to get into the game, and they were encountered through a lot of fights, and the big theme going out throughout that entire episode was Phillies fans are really passionate and they like to hammer people, and so and then like as you showed us in our group chat, that is not a fucking lie. They like to hammer people. So Phillies fans like to hammer people, and
the thing is, when they couldn't fight the Vikings fans the other day, they started fighting each other.
Yeah,
It's just so hilarious. You see the guy run into the Vikings fans' car door.
Yeah.
It's just
And-
fucking.
At what
There was
point
the
does NFL step in?
There was the viral video too beforehand, where
They're
the
still
guy was
worried
on
about
his
people
way.
kneeling.
There was the guy on their way to. There was a guy that was on his way to the Philadelphia Eagles game recently, and he ran into a pole trying to catch the train.
That's they put Crisco on the poles.
Yeah,
No, that was
Just
inside the
on
train
that.
station. He just ran into the pylon because he wasn't paying attention to what was running.
I just think at some point, all the major league sports need to upgrade security outside the stadium, inside. Because, I mean, if you have these jackasses acting this way, it's going to prevent other teams' fans
Yeah,
from
but
wanting
even
to
if you
come.
have some dude walking with a security jacket on,
Well, I mean, like, have more
You need to have police.
Like,
Yeah,
have police
and-
out there. Because, I mean, I hate Vikings fans. I hate the Vikings. You guys suck. But, like, your fans should not be pelted with beer that much when you're walking up to the stadium.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
that's
if you
a
have
little
kids,
ridiculous.
Not that much.
Yeah, not that much. Like,
Maybe a little pelting.
I
but
mean,
not that
And,
much.
and you know what? I mean, you're spending money for this product. The NFL doesn't
Yeah.
want to lose money from other teams' fans wanting to go see these games.
or
as opposed to
any other
stadiums.
organization, just like the
Yeah,
NFL. Like, I mean,
MLB, NHL,
it,
tennis.
you know,
I mean,
one of
you know,
the
crazy tennis fans out there.
I actually
Australia can get pretty rough.
in 2011, I went to tailgate the Alabama and LSU game in Tuscaloosa, and I actually had when I was walking by an area where they were doing some digging work at. I was walking by a LSU fan who he saw me, and as I walked by him, he nudged me into a pile of dirt and told me to get a haircut, faggot. Never forgot it, and the guy.
I told you that the week earlier.
I know, right? The guy that I was with,
People have
his
been telling you that shit your whole life.
the guy that I was with, this dude named Keith, who's a big Alabama fan. Me and CJ used to work with him at Logan's.
Yeah.
This guy was ready to fucking kill this dude, and I had to be the one to scrape the dirt off me and get in the middle and be like, no, let it go. I don't want to be this guy at the Alabama LSU game that starts a fight. So we let it
Did you get
go.
a
But
haircut after that?
I actually, ironically, I think I did a few weeks ago, but for work purposes, not because that douchebag.
Not 'cause
told
of
me
that
to.
guy.
Not because of that guy.
That is the most amazing
and you-
thing I've ever heard.
You know, at that game, this 2011, at that game,
Did you fall on the ground?
I did because the guy walked past me and he nudged me right into this giant pile of dirt, and I fell back.
Can you
Right,
imagine seeing
right,
that?
right into the giant. And then the guy goes, "Hey man, get a haircut, faggot," and I'm like,
You know what? That
Okay,
guy's
like-
a loser. Like, why pick a fight on you? You're
That
like
is horrible, man.
5'4", like 120 pounds.
Did
first-
anyone else with him? when he
And
did that?
this was he had several people with him,
Okay.
and like this is back in 2011, so I was a small guy back then, and like the first thing I thought of though was like, faggot, really? Like that's the worst thing. Like, come on, dude, I'm wearing an Alabama jersey. You couldn't come with a cousin fucker joke or something like that. Like,
gay all of a sudden.
yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the moral of the story here is that bad fans are everywhere, especially in the SEC, but. There's bad fans in pretty much just about every team you can think of. They just exist. I mean,
Saints fans are great.
most Saints fans are great. There are a couple douchebags out
Outside
there.
of the who dat chants, we're good.
Yeah,
They're
well,
like,
you know.
If you go to New Orleans to go see a game, after the game, Saints fans want to buy you drinks and have fun.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen from the games I've been to, most
you've
fans
been there.
pretty respectful.
That's why I'm not disagreeing with you or saying anything. Even I even wanted to talk shit, but no, I'll just let him have that one.
It's
I'll let him have that.
I hear,
It's the
Green
keyword
Bay
most.
fans are cool too. That's why
Yeah.
when the Saints are out of it, I do.
Well,
root for
together
Green
we
Bay.
had a good time when I went and lost.
yeah.
It was fun afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Bad fans, they're just out there, you know. It happens to the best of them, unfortunately. But
Tampa Bay fans are okay. I've been to a few
with
Tampa
the
Bay
Bucks,
games.
yeah, they're
Lightning,
very
they're okay.
Well, I mean, the Lightning fans have been pretty supportive over the last couple of years. I mean, they sold out every game last season, just about, and they didn't even make the playoffs last year. But
I mean, I live there. I mean, a lot of fans ever since they won the Stanley Cup, a lot of fans go to the Lightning games. Now.
yeah, I mean,
I don't know about Florida State.
It's new over there.
I don't know about
It's
Florida
new.
State fans, but I know their players like to beat up women a lot.
Yeah,
I've seen
that is going on right now, isn't it? Again,
It's a new
game?
trend. You know, besides like
Well, he wasn't charged eventually. He was just questioned.
who was this? Jameis again?
Francois, the quarterback.
Jameis isn't with the Florida State
He's
Seminoles
always
anymore.
with Florida State Seminole.
The quarterback
what
that
they
hurt
always
his
say.
leg last year.
Francois, the one that died, then they put in Black Man.
Yeah,
Is that not his name?
that is exactly his name.
Yeah.
Skinny black man.
Skinny black man. Okay,
Black Man.
they put him in and he did really bad.
CJ was just
but-
waiting for
but
a
hey,
chance to drop his
did-
racist.
Didn't
shit of the show.
that guy still beat the Gators though? I mean, that did happen,
Skinny
right?
black man.
Skinny black man beat the Gators.
They won the game.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it happened.
I mean, I'm sure it wasn't because of Black Man. I mean, like,
All right, so before we move on, Kenny, let's get your final word on this. The worst sports fans. Who are they and
Like
why?
as a breakdown, like collegiately and
It's just any sports fans.
Who's
Who's the worst?
If you guys,
LSU fans are pretty bad, man.
Yep.
I'll give you that.
So for college football, I would say them and Florida Gator fans are kind of neck and neck to me. I think both
Fair
of
enough.
those are pretty
Millwall.
pretty douchey. I really have no basis for NFL except for what history has taught us, and that's that the Eagles fans are just dicks.
yeah, yeah, they're
they,
hard to
they
deal
booed
with.
Santa Claus. They steal people's wallets to go to Philly games. I mean, the shit's just out of control.
How about Major League Baseball?
Most definitely without question,
Red
that would
Sox,
be
probably?
it'd be San Francisco Giants fans.
Really, the
Oh, yeah.
Giants?
Dude,
Okay,
They're fucking battery pelters, man.
okay.
And they've been
how-
good lately too. Like they rotate.
That's because they've been
good.
losing.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's when they're good that they
Mm-hmm.
pelt opposing fans with AA and D cell batteries.
And by the way, the hotline is still open, 850-907-7686. Please tell us what your least favorite fans are. CJ, moving on to you.
Mm-hmm.
The fans you can't stand. Let's hear them, bro. I mean, we know who one of them at least is.
Minnesota for sure. 'Cause-
Oh, what was your beef with Minnesota
You
Vikings?
still
they-
don't like Minnesota? It's been a
No.
week, man.
No, this goes back to 09.
This has
never
been going
mentioned
on for a
the-
while.
you've never
This has been going on
mentioned-
for a while.
I had never heard you mention anything bad about Minnesota until
It's
until
because-
Facebook a week and a
Yeah.
half ago.
09, they always cried about the bounty gate, blah blah blah, and that's the reason they
It wasn't
lost.
a blah blah blah. It was a legit thing
It
in which
was
you guys
not. There was
hired people
never-
to go
there
around
was
and hurt
never
people.
Any proof, man?
The proof for the injury was that Brett Favre's injury and knocked out for a season
No.
was all the proof I
And
need. Thank
Brett
you very
Favre
much.
came out and said,
I'm not a
that the
pussy, but they
Vikings-
hurt me,
no,
is what
the
he
Vikings-
said.
He
He
didn't
said,
even say
hey.
they hurt me. He just said I wasn't a pussy.
He said,
He
I'm not
said
going to
no.
sit there and act like they
You
fucked
can-
me
this is-
over,
this
but I'm
is-
not going to cry about it, is what he said.
No, this is an actual article. You can get
Whatever.
on Google.
I
and
know
type it
exactly
up.
what it
No,
said,
no,
but I
no,
know
no,
exactly
no,
what
no,
it means.
This argument
no.
still, huh?
Brett Favre and the Vikings had a bounty system. A lot of the teams had a bounty system. It was a pay for performance system that a lot of teams had.
But there's
Like-
bounty systems. Like
No,
you have to
there's
get 2
no-
touchdowns a
you had-
game,
no.
or you have to break Brett Favre's
no
leg.
one had any. There was never any proof. Like if you can get on Google and find any legitimate proof,
Every single player that was accused of it.
I'm sorry.
Their suspension was
there was never
overturned.
anything except for disgruntled employees' handwritten notes. That's why I'm like, I used to work at Logan's. All the GMs there hate Chinese people. I can write that on a note. That's what like the legitimate proof that they had was just some disgruntled employee.
So this is all stemming back to your hatred for Minnesota Vikings fans.
Well, yes,
The PBK Multiverse Network in no way endorses anything that CJ says in the course of this show.
I'm just saying, man. Like, there's no
Any potential sponsors, such as
all right,
the
so CJ, you don't like the Vikings fans. Who else is on your shit list of fans?
All right, Minnesota. I mean, except for Jody Mickelson, I'll give you props. I like you.
Dude, so lame.
Carolina Panther fans.
Fair enough. Okay.
Atlanta
Why
Falcons
are they on?
fans.
Your list is weird.
Well,
your list is rival.
I'm a Saints fan.
Your list is people who
those two make
you
sense.
hate people who are fans of teams that beat you. That's what you are.
Last time I checked,
how does that make them bad fans? They just beat you.
Nah, they
I understand anything you're talking about right now.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
Carolina, not fan of your fans.
Hey, are the Atlanta Falcons fans really bad, CJ?
Jacob Minnick's one of them. What do you think?
See, proof.
Okay. Trent Smart, you're okay. You're good.
All right, so Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons,
Carolina,
Minnesota Vikings.
Atlanta, Minnesota,
these are all NFL teams.
Not a fan of any of your fans, except for Jody Mickelson, Trent Smart. That's it. When it comes to baseball, I'm not a huge fan of Tampa Bay Ray fans. Why? Because they're very wishy-washy, and they're only fans of their teams every couple of years.
Okay.
Those are probably the worst. And they talk a lot of smack. More than that, Yankee fans are kind of annoying. Red Sox fans, I kind of like them.
Hey, what team do you like?
Oh, in MLB?
Yeah.
Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah, the Blue Jays. So the Rangers.
Who do they play against?
The Yankees and the Red Sox.
Yeah,
and the Rays.
that's why.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of remembered about baseball and stuff.
Yeah. Padres fans, they're okay.
Of course, they don't play Toronto at all. So
right.
maybe once in some weird interleague game.
I'm not a fan.
You are transparent. This is CJ.
Right. Whatever. That's my beef jerky.
Here's
bag.
a rendition of. This is what I see of CJ. You're very transparent, sir. I already know what you're going to say before you say it.
Okay.
But go ahead, continue on.
All right, let's talk
Continue
basketball.
on.
Well, yeah.
No, I don't want to.
What basketball team fans don't you like?
Spurs.
Spurs? Is it the Spurs? Yeah. Okay.
Do you have a favorite team in basketball?
The Pelicans.
Pelicans, okay.
And the Bulls.
And the Bulls, okay.
Mm-hmm. The Bulls.
As far as
college, I hate Alabama fans, especially John Schreiber.
Dude, nobody hates Alabama fans. Now, come on, they're the most adored fans.
Y'all want to hear a funny story?
Yeah, what's up?
Dude.
CJ used to be an LSU fan.
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah, I happened to date this girl in 07 that ruined me from LSU.
So yeah, he doesn't like Alabama when it comes to college football. For me, obviously, y'all know I love Alabama. I love the Saints. I love Tampa Bay Lightning, and so therefore, the teams I hate, and the fans.
Yeah, you did it. Oh my god.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm about to stop you right there.
You got to give him respect for not even covering it up, though.
No, I think the Freudian slip is what just happened.
Okay, those are the three teams I like. Now, when it comes to teams I hate, the team fans that I hate. When it comes to hockey, the big ones are the Detroit Red Wings and the Boston Bruins, and those are not fucking huge rivalries of the Lightning. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, the Bruins did take the Lightning out of the playoffs about 5 years ago, but that's not why I don't like them. I feel like Boston fans are just fucking spoiled. They really fucking are. I mean,
so it's their fault that their teams win?
No, that's not it at all. But they become annoying whenever they get just like people don't like Alabama. Because they become annoying whenever they're doing well.
You know, speaking
of... And Bruins fans... Hold on, Kenny. Bruins fans went through a period of time where they were doing very well. The Red Sox were doing well. The Celtics were doing well. The Patriots were doing well. Where they were just very annoying fucking fans. So Bruins, I'm kind of over them. And to add insult to injury, there was a period of time where the Lightning couldn't fucking beat them. Couldn't. For years, we couldn't beat them. So I'm not a Bruins fan. As far as college football goes, I actually dislike LSU more than I do Auburn. And not because it's certainly not because of the rivalry. Alabama owns LSU. That is definitely true. That we beat the last time LSU beat Alabama was in 2011. LSU fans they've been more dicks to me than Auburn fans have. So I've kind of
except for Mark Lopez, right?
Except for Mark Lopez. Eagles fans in the NFL. I'm actually really good friends with quite a few Eagles fans, but some of the shit I've seen on the internet speaks otherwise. But
are you rooting for Philly over Patriots?
No, I'm taking the Patriots in that game. Rooting for them because I like some of their players and hold on. And lastly, in the NBA, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are actually the worst fans. I think they are. they burned LeBron's jersey and then tried to rebuild it right away when he came back. Good for them. So, anyway.
But would you be mad if Breeze left? Would you burn his jersey?
No. He won us the Super Bowl.
What if it was before you won us the
No.
Super Bowl?
It's his choice. He's a fucking
Like
human
if
being.
he left and he went to the Giants?
No, I would not care. It's his fucking choice. He's a human being. I'm not going to give him shit over that. And Cleveland fans can dry their fucking pussy over that. Like,
Family show.
This is not a family show. And it was
Hey,
dumb.
Bubba, who are you rooting for? Eagles or Patriots? Just off 10. I want to know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think I'm rooting for the Eagles.
I was a
maybe.
little annoyed with the Patriots game because I did feel they got away with some calls, but at the end of the day, you can't rely on good calls or bad calls. I mean, the history of football needs to teach you one thing: you can't rely on calls to go your way to win a game. You're going to lose that game, especially when you're playing against the Patriots.
In our live chat, Chris, I don't mean to interrupt, but Chris, I see in our live chat you said the Bruins do not win. Lately, no, they haven't. They used to in the past. That's the part I was getting at. But
Are they having a down year? I don't.
You were
watch
actually
hockey.
getting to something?
well, I was just reading this. Right now, the Bruins kind of are like compared to what they're used to. Like they used to be very good. They were pretty much kind of a dominant, like always a playoff contender. They're one of the many Boston teams that have won a championship in the last 10 years. So, but no, Bobo, I see what you're saying though. You said there were some questionable calls in that Eagles game, and you feel like that's
Yeah, I mean, it kind of annoyed me. I wanted to root against. I don't really care either way who wins that game.
Do you really think that Nick Foles led Eagles can beat Tom Brady?
Probably
Why not?
Because I don't. Like I don't think so.
Probably not. But
Yeah.
and if he does, great.
Yeah. If not, then business as usual. Right?
Yeah, I don't get
Like,
into it like in college football. If there's an SEC team in the finals,
Yeah.
I'm going to get all excited for it. If there's two SEC teams, then I can just sit back and relax and watch good football. But other than that, I don't care. If it's not my team in the finals, I'm like, a lot of times, like I don't even watch it. If I do, I'm at a bar doing other things while it's playing in the background. I can really care less. It's there for free food.
Yeah.
I think it's a legitimate championship, whereas college doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had a Green
Well, I
Bay
mean,
Super Bowl
that's
in a
something
while.
they've got to work on.
And my
I hope
Super
they
Bowls
do.
have basically been excuses for me to eat good food because I haven't been able to watch the Green Bay play. So I was like, fucking cares.
Yeah. I mean,
I watch it for the show, like for I can see things and for the commercials, but I'm not invested in it at all.
yeah. I mean,
See, last time Green Bay was there, I moved away. That was the
That
year
was
the
fun, yeah,
Saints
and
won.
that was I had a good time.
Yeah.
And
I had a good time. The Saints
That-
the year prior.
I mean, I'm sure anyone when your team's in the Super Bowl, you're obviously going to have much more invested in the
Yeah.
fun time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with the Patriots,
I don't know what it's like.
winning as much as they've been doing it, it's kind of just like
Y'all won when you were younger.
I can
No,
understand
we
when
got
people.
one in 2002, but I choose to forget about that one too.
Yeah,
It's not like I don't want the
Gruden's
Patriots,
back.
or I'm
One
like
second.
bitter the Patriots keep winning. I just, or like, oh, it's not the Patriots again. I mean, I'm just completely indifferent to it because they keep winning. I'm just like, commercials and food, yay!
Well,
I can't
I
wait
mean,
for
we're
commercial and
watching-
food day.
we're watching one of the greatest
That
teams
is
of all time.
that is something we get to tell people how we
Yeah.
or I guess ourselves, whatever, or the young people that we watch this era of football that was
Yeah.
so dominant and one-sided by one player and one dude that wears a very strange hooded shirt after games. Did you
There's
see him wearing that after the game?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing
That
to
thing
brag
looked,
about when
it
you're at
looked
a point.
weird.
There's nothing to brag about when you're at a point where there's such a lack of parity. Period. There's nothing.
No,
I
there
think
is
there's
parity
parity,
because it's a
like-
salary cap. There has to be parity of some
Well,
sort.
there's more
Oh, I thought
parity.
you, I thought you guys were talking about Alabama. Never mind.
No, there's more.
Oh, no.
With NFL at least, there's more parity in
There's
the.
a lot of parity in the NFL. I
there
told
was-
Jack.
Yeah.
No, and I said this last week on the show. In the NFL this year, I think there was more parity than I've seen in who knows
Yeah.
how long.
Well,
There's so many new teams there.
there's
in the
always more
playoffs
in the
this year.
AFC or the NFC. It seems than the AFC. The AFC for the last forever. Like I saw like a graphic on ESPN, that 4-letter network that I try not to watch that often.
Why not?
For the AFC because it's garbage.
Because we put them out of business in Pensacola.
That's true. The AFC
No,
Championship
they're off
game
the air.
has had about four
Yeah, we
or five different teams in the AFC title game for the last 11 years, whereas the NFC is like it seems to be a different team every year.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, for the AFC, it's always the Steelers, the Patriots, the Broncos, the Ravens,
Where the-
randomly the Jaguars.
Where the
But
where the
other than
NFC where the NFC it's just been like kind of a random team, especially I mean the last up until this year it's been the last 3 years it's been or the last I'm sorry
Seattle
2
had
years,
some
it's
hot
been
moments
NFC
there for a little
champions.
bit.
Well, okay, since 2009, the NFC champion has been the Saints, the Packers. 11 was the Giants. 12 was the Niners. 13 was the Seahawks.
God,
14
you mean
was
the Niners were
Seahawks.
there that back in the 12? That's crazy. when you
That
think
that
about
was
it.
that was a tough year, man.
15 was the Panthers.
you know,
16 was the Falcons, and then this year is the Eagles.
ESPN actually rated that year when the 49ers won. They actually rated that Saints team that lost to the 49ers as one of the best teams that never won a Super Bowl. They recently they released
yeah.
they released a list today on ESPN's website about the best teams that never won a Super Bowl, and that Saints team, the 2011 Saints team that lost to the 49ers that year, I think it was within. Don't quote me on this, but I believe it was in the top 10 of like the best teams that never won a Super Bowl.
So
And,
Vernon
like,
Davis scored a touchdown. on
yeah,
you guys?
it was very similar to how the Saints just lost recently in the playoffs, but similar, not the same way, but like
Our team that year was better than this team.
But I mean, they in the article they wrote about it, they showed like all the accomplishments that the Saints had that year, and even I like kind of forgot about some of it. Like Drew Brees had the greatest passer rating out of any quarterback of all time. He passed Dan Marino that year in passer yards. Darren Sproles had an incredible year that year. Apparently, he had some kind of record for all-purpose yards. Yeah,
We were overshadowed by Bobo's Packers that year.
Jimmy Graham had a really good year. It was crazy. I didn't really know they were. I mean, I remember they were a great team that year. They were 13-3, and the funny thing is, out of the 3 teams that they lost to, 2 of them only won 2 games that year. But yeah, I know. Yeah, the Rams and the Bucks were 2 of the 3 teams that beat us that year, and the Rams were going on a backup quarterback. No bullshit. But so yeah, I mean it. Yeah, it's the Super Bowl. I guess I'm going for the Eagles, or not the Eagles, the Patriots. I don't really care. This is the first time in a long time I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to be like
I don't
like,
really care,
hipster
you know?
about it or anything. I'm just like, there's gonna be a lot of cool commercials.
Yeah.
We get to see what happens to the dilly dilly people, and there's gonna be always good food wherever you go. If you don't go somewhere to watch a game with good food, then you're fucking doing it wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's so many options now to eat for free food.
I'm
I will
not-
have a report for people in Pensacola.
Are you going to go to 10 Cal?
I'll have a report to tell people where to go to eat at for free.
You're not going to go to 10 Cal for the Super Bowl.
Why would I? How? Why would I do that?
Well, because it's not open first and foremost, but
CJ jokes.
It's just
It's
because
it's very closed.
I'm
Oh,
a downtown guy.
You know what's funny? I'd never been there when it was open. I'd never been there.
I went once. It was okay.
Yeah, I went there once.
No,
I only had drinks, no
one
food.
really says it's bad. I mean, you see these people saying it's bad in Facebook group now after what happened to them, but when people used to check in there and go eat, I never saw any complaints. But at the same time,
They also weren't in the back area where
hamburger
the
that's been eaten by a rat.
yeah, exactly.
The first time I went, it was in 2016, and it was good. But I went to Hot Jacks more than I went to 10 Cal.
Yeah,
Owned by the same dude. From what I understand, Hot Jacks isn't that great either.
same vermin.
Yeah. They had half off large pizzas on Mondays, so that's why I went a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not going again. I'll
Yeah.
just go to Ozone that has half off large pizza on Mondays.
Ozone's very good.
Ozone's
Yeah,
the best
it's
pizza in
also
town.
built in where a abandoned hospital is.
It's
Yeah,
actually
but
it's
the
where
food
the
there-
morgue used to
The
be.
food,
Yeah,
the food,
they have-
the food
their-
there is amazing. There,
Their
I
rats
love
are
it.
undead.
Is it
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, the
that
rats are
I'm like,
the rats aren't alive anymore.
I'm more okay with like
We're getting
eating pizza
sued.
with ghosts around me than I am with rats.
I
Like,
actually
yeah,
got
you know,
lost.
fair enough.
The very first time I went
Yeah.
there, I went looking for the bathroom, and I ended up in the Loblolly theater area.
Yeah.
That shit got spooky as fuck.
It is a creepy
I can
ass
see that.
building.
It is. It can get really like woo when you start walking out the
So,
hallways,
Say that
man.
again, it gets what?
Woo.
So we only got a little bit of time left, so I wanted to answer a question earlier, and I want to segue into something
We
else.
had no calls today. You guys are not doing good.
Yeah, we had
You
no calls.
suck,
Which
Facebook.
which this person that asked this question, I wish you would have just called about it. But either way, I'll answer it, and then we're gonna move on to a segment that I wanted to touch on. It's not sports related, but we're
We're
gonna
gonna
touch
talk
on.
about the Royal Rumble.
Well, no, it's not Royal Rumble, but that's definitely not sports
Who's
related.
in the Royal Rumble?
It's sports related. It's sports entertainment.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Who's
it
in
is.
it?
There's Brock Lesnar is gonna fight
Brock?
Braun Strowman and Kane.
That's a bunch of bras.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
that's a lot of bras.
There's
Kane, Undertaker's brother?
Yeah, he's
Heard
still
the
there.
Undertaker might be coming back out of
Undertaker was
retirement.
actually-
He was at the Monday Night Raw 25th
Yeah.
anniversary thing.
Is he coming back out of
recently, but-
retirement?
There's chances that he's gonna fight John Cena at
Du-
WrestleMania.
du-
And he'll fucking beat him.
Yeah.
Does he still have the same song?
Yes.
That's the best song.
But anyways, earlier in the show, I was asked by
Shinsuke
Dylan.
Nakamura,
I was asked
Yes.
Randy Orton.
Is there going to be a women's women's
There's
match?
a
know
women's
who-
by
Really?
Royal Rumble.
and what's her name?
You know who really needs to come back? Scott Hall.
He was
Does
on
he?
Raw.
But as Razor Ramon.
They introduced him as Razor on Monday
Oh,
night.
I missed it. I got
Nah.
to fucking YouTube.
Are
the
they
shit
bringing
out
up the
of that.
veterans?
Yeah, I mean,
What about
it was-
Kevin Nash?
He had surgery, so he
Does he
wasn't
the
able
black
to show
jeans
up.
with the red stripe down him still?
No,
that was
he
the best
doesn't-
part.
Too sexy, big.
As you
no,
see,
big
I'm a
sexy Kevin Nash.
WCW early 2000
That was the best.
WWE
Yeah.
WWF still.
Yeah.
NWO, and then
And they had the
Latino
Wolfpack.
world, all these little world orders started popping up,
Right.
and
Fucking,
Is that when the
wrestling became
ICP
gangland.
guys started like wrestling?
they were. I watched
They
them
were
when they
around
were
then.
hanging
Like,
around.
yeah, they were.
I like the one, the crazy, the white dude, the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
The
they
Dudley
were
Boys,
too.
yeah.
Three-
They,
did
yeah,
one
they
of
were
them
fun to
die?
watch. They were
No,
around like
Devon
when I
got
watched
fat.
wrestling.
Devon's like 400 pounds now.
Hey, because this is making John so happy. Real quick, favorite tag team of all time.
X-Pac and Kane, big time.
X-Pac
Really?
and Kane.
Yeah,
That's a
that
random
shit.
team
That,
for
dude,
you.
that shit was dope, man.
Is that?
When X-Pac and Kane were a tag team,
Oh, John
they
did it
kicked
now.
everyone's ass.
Oh,
X-Pac and Kane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
X-Pac from Degeneration X.
Oh,
he
I
teamed-
know who you're
He
talking
teamed
about.
up with Kane and they beat everyone's ass, dude. It was awesome.
That's the guy that.
I will
fucked
give
China.
props to Pensacola Boys, the Usos, but I'm a big Legion of Doom fan.
Oh, nice.
Animal and Hawk, rest in peace, Hawk,
Heard.
and Demolition, and then the Fabulous Rougeaus in the 80s.
Oh,
They were
dude,
the
you want to go
French-Canadian
80s?
team.
Nah, there was no better tag team than the one and only Bushwhackers. Are you
The
kidding me?
Bushwhackers.
The
Yeah, too.
Bushwhackers were the bomb, dude.
Or the local Pensacola Armstrongs, man. We had a couple of them back in the
I had
day.
like a default like for the British Bulldogs. Like I didn't want to, but I felt like I had to support them because
Fair enough.
I'm here. I also liked
Fucking limey.
who else? Who's that group I liked? It was a very lame tag team dudes, but they were always together. They always use tables. I went to the strip club with them in Panama City.
The Dudleys?
No, it's not them, but they're like them. They're just like the Dudleys, but they were before the Dudleys.
The Public
It was-
Enemy?
Is that their?
That's
the two
a
white
rap
dudes.
group.
It was the two white guys. They would come out, they carried the table.
I always said yes. They were. I saw them in Panama City on spring break,
Yeah.
and they went to the strip club with them. They actually on the strip. I'm sitting there. They walked by. Hey, man, there's a strip club down here. I said, yeah, there's over there. I was sitting in the hotel. He goes, well, come on, brother. I was like, all right. And we walked down there, and they started throwing dollars. And with the chicks, I was like fresh. Like a 23, 24 years old then, dude.
So ready
And
to
I
go,
was-
basically, to hang with the
it was
WWF
that.
wrestlers.
And my friend's like, where the fuck did Bobo go? I'm like, I'm in the strip club with fucking Public. Yeah, it was Public
Yeah.
Enemy. And they always had the
Was
the
that really
tables
their
and-
name?
Yes.
that's
Because
what-
that,
that's
was
the
back.
tag
Yes.
name.
Because that was
Hold
back when a
on.
really popular rap group was called.
Let
that,
me
but,
let
like,
me fucking
Yeah,
pull it up.
No,
Be-
it's Public Enemy. It's
Okay.
absolutely right.
I believe it.
Despite,
Yeah.
despite how you feel about Scott, the Steiners were also a really cool tag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One year
They're
they
big pop and pop.
they got caught with fake tables though. And you didn't see them too much anymore because they pulled the table out.
Well, they
and
usually,
it
like-
was pre-broken and it kind of fell apart before anyone even touched it. And I
That's
was like,
what they do to prevent injuries.
yeah,
They-
I understand that, but there's also you're supposed to make sure you know you do it the way that no one can.
to tell.
I'm
yeah,
sure it's
got-
hard sometimes
oh,
in
yeah.
live feed.
That's another thing is like I'm on Facebook and like ESPN has an agreement with WWE to post their news, and then every time there's a news article on WWE, there's always a couple people like wrestling's fake. What are they doing? They blah blah blah. I'm like, well, no shit, wrestling's fake. I didn't believe that the Undertaker was
That's
actually.
them.
I didn't believe the Undertaker
My
was
God,
actually
that's
dead.
them.
That Kane actually killed his parents. Yeah,
Those
well,
dudes, yeah.
I party with them.
Didn't you put that like
I don't know how I would. Let's see if I could get it.
a good picture? Like,
I
Put
party
it,
with them.
put it.
Yeah.
If you want me to put the picture up, put it in our private chat. and
Yeah.
I'll-
Okay.
Here's a true story.
or,
About,
just tell them to look it up. I mean, that might
here's
be-
a true story about the Public Enemy, Bobo.
WWE, dude. You'll find a plethora of
Dude, you remember? Okay, like,
these outfits. They wore them. They had them on when I was there.
do you remember?
That's the look.
Do you remember Farouk and Blackjack? How they were called the Acolytes?
I like them because
Yeah.
they use acolyte protection. That's another one I liked.
Yeah.
They didn't
So-
even wrestle. They just had like little soap operas on the side of the fucking thing, whatever.
So legitimately, the Acolytes were tough guys. Ron Simmons was the first African American World Heavyweight Champion in WCW. He played for FSU, won the Heisman Trophy. John Bradshaw Layfield was a legitimate tough guy. So the Public Enemy was getting in trouble in the back with the rest of the wrestlers. They had a bad attitude. So Vince told the Acolytes, Farouk and Blackjack, to go out there and legitimately beat the shit out of them. So on Sunday Night Heat, that's them. Those guys right
Public
there.
Enemy.
So Public Enemy comes out
them.
there. They're clapping their hands. They're holding the table.
In hockey jerseys, no less. I like
Farouk
that.
and
That's
Blackjack
pretty
come
dope.
out there
I like
and
that.
beat the shit out of them for like
Looks like a
15
couple
minutes.
juggalos got a job.
That's
as
exactly what
wrestlers.
it was like pre-Juggalo action.
This is what inspired ICP to start wrestling, I believe. Like, I mean, that
They
had to.
legitimately picked up chairs and smashed the hell out of them, and like we're like throwing legit blows just to teach these guys a lesson. They didn't wrestle
Nice.
again on WWF.
That's
I think,
awesome.
yeah, you know what? Because they did disappear all of a sudden. I just
Yeah.
stopped seeing
Just
them.
out of nowhere, yeah.
It's because they got the crap kicked out of them by the acolytes and legit like Vince was like, these guys are assholes. Go out there and beat the shit out of them, and then they fired them right afterwards.
So, good old Public Enemy.
Oh my God!
Not the rap
that's-
group, the wrestling
No,
group.
Yeah.
not even rap
It's
groups at all.
Johnny Grunge.
The rap group had, what's
Their
his name in it?
outfits were fucking retarded.
Flavor Flav was in the rap group Public Enemy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, definitely.
The guy in the front right there, that's Johnny Grunge. In the back with the bandana over his mouth, that's Rocco Rock.
That's
Okay.
them. That's
So
them.
it's Rocco Rock and Johnny
Those are the guys
Grunge.
that you party
And like,
down with?
and when I was there, this is at the height of they're the table boys.
Oh,
this is
yeah,
at the
yeah,
height
yeah.
of their wrestling, so they're identifiable. I saw like, who the
Dude,
it's
now-
fucking Public
No,
Enemy.
in that picture right there, it looks like that's an ICP wrestler, right? Like,
I'm
I mean,
pretty
look,
sure that is.
That is an
Yeah,
ICP.
look at the face. I mean,
No, that is absolutely.
yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be an ICP.
No,
wrestler.
it is.
I know.
The debate is over.
Heard that. Okay.
Just showing the difference in costume.
We're starting to run out of time.
That's too bad. We had to do a wrestling show one time.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, I would
one of
do
these
it
one of
every
these
day.
days we'll have to do an all
my
wrestling
information
show.
is dated, but
I mean, before Royal Rumble, we should do one.
I have some
Yep.
stories. I've met
Royal
other
Rumble's on
wrestlers
Sunday.
too in gas stations and stuff.
I mean, we could do one
I
before
met
the
the
Royal
Iron
Rumble.
Sheik
The Usos are cool as hell.
at the Charlotte airport.
Roman Reigns, I met him like before.
Who's the other Steiner? Who's
it was
the
Ricketts.
pretty boy they used to hang on the Steiners? Real pretty dude.
Buff Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell. I ran into him.
Yeah, I think him and Scott still hang out.
Yeah, I ran into Goldberg
Oh man,
at
good
Taco
old
Bell.
Goldberg.
And what was the Mexican wrestler? He's like a bald head. He was in the Latino World Order guy.
Conan.
He was in line in Taco Bell, and I was like, dude,
Actually-
seriously? He goes, I love Taco Bell.
I actually met when I was in middle school. I met Mick Foley. That was Mankind and Dude Love and
Yeah.
Cactus Jack. I met him at a school fair. Was that one time? He took his kids to it.
He also
And-
wrestled for ICP's wrestling organization.
did
under
he
the name-
now?
under
Okay.
under the name Cactus Sack.
Cactus Sack. Okay. We just got a little bit of time left. I did want to get this out here really quick because this was a question asked a long time ago, and I meant to answer it several times.
Operation Let John not answer the question.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
it's come
know.
to an end now.
Yeah, y'all.
That was
Let's
fun.
talk about Alien Covenant.
That-
I finally watched it.
That has nothing to do with it, but I mean,
Oh, I thought that's what you've been trying to get to.
well, I mean, at one point in time because
Segued.
I was so disturbed by
Is
it.
that
But no,
Lil Peep?
Dylan DC Cox.
that Lil Peep? Lil
I
Peep?
think it is, but Dylan DC Cox. Yes, I am working on a new band. It's called Symbiotic Curse. I recorded actually one of the 2 tracks for our album before I came here today to do it.
Is it a mumble rap album?
It is not mumble rap. It is
What is that guy doing?
It's Lil
that
Peep.
dude is
He's
something-
on Xanax right now. He's
Yeah,
trying to
that,
feel
that,
his
that
face.
is something that I discovered recently that I felt like it needed to be talked about today. By the way, Dylan, thank you for the question. The Symbiotic Curse album should be out later this summer, hopefully. Anyways, no, not long ago I discovered
One
that
second. Symbiotic curse, is that a curse shared by 2 people?
it is me and a gentleman named B.G. Watson.
But the symbiotic curse, is that a curse shared by 2 people?
It would be, yeah, because like the Venom is a symbiote. That's
Yeah.
With 2 different people.
hence why like there's 2 people that are running the show on how this band
That's
sounds.
pretty-
So it's
dope.
like a curse with 2 people.
Yeah, makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyways, glad y'all. Glad y'all. I mean, I also didn't come up with the name. BG. My boy Ben
takes 2
Watson.
for
But
the symbiotic
it makes
curse.
sense. So that's why I was like, confirming with the audience
Yeah,
and
it-
myself for reasons.
he came up with the name. I joined the band. Well, I didn't join the band.
That's in the band?
Well, it's really not a band.
Self-titled album?
It's a recording that this gentleman BG Watson is his name. He recorded pretty much all the music himself with a little bit of help from a few other guys. and made this album, and he needed somebody to do the vocals for it, and he contacted me because I knew him from his older.
They ended up going with the emo rapper instead.
Yeah, they ended up going with him. He's doing it now.
He
But
looks
no,
like, he looks like a lizard.
He's dead, by the way.
yeah, that guy is dead. But no, but long story short, real quick, this guy he was in a band called Oracle, and he was in a band called Curse the Flesh before that, and he opened up for my old band Rain's Revenge, and we always got along. And he wrote this album called Symbiotic Curse, and it sounds amazing, and he wanted me to do the vocals for it, and I've been working on it for the last few weeks. It's awesome. It's very dark. It's very black, very black metal.
Yeah.
It's actually the first time I've ever made a black metal album, so it's very exciting for me. I got to
Nice.
do a lot of
How black is it?
very black.
Don't open the door for CJ to spew his racial.
I know.
I was
start-
actually trying to quote Spinal Tap.
It's very okay. I should say
Forests in Norway,
it's,
black?
it's very Norwegian. It's
Like
very
forests in
Norwegian.
Norway, like you
Very
could-
Norwegian. Like if you got lost in the Alps, this
might
would be the
run into you.
soundtrack to it. This would be the soundtrack to it.
Okay.
But no,
Is it
recently,
theatrical?
but before we take off tonight, recently I discovered that this exists. Emo rap. That dude right there, apparently, his name is Little Peep. He's dead now, unfortunately. Rest
Little
in peace.
Pee-pee?
Yeah,
Peep.
Little Peep.
Oh, I thought you said little Pee-pee.
I'm not making
Good
fun of
enough.
the fact that this guy is dead. I didn't realize that I'm using the photo of a guy that's actually dead.
Oh, fuck him.
About 2 months ago.
Yeah, he
overdose
died,
on
he died a
Xanax.
few- yeah, I died.
I mean, if we don't show Roy Halladay respect, we can't show little P little respect.
This guy is
Peep.
Dunzo.
Peep.
either way, this shit is happening, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I don't know if y'all remember, there was another episode that CJ wasn't here, way back when. Me and
And it was awesome.
Kenny and Bobo, we all had a big discussion about Southern trap music. Y'all remember that? Or hillbilly trap music?
I don't think that was a real thing, though, because that was the only one band I saw
No,
do
it
it.
wa-
No one
no,
else
no.
did it anymore.
No, it wasn't. Remember, like we sit there and we looked it up on the internet while we were doing the show about how there were several other people doing it.
Oh, I never found anyone
There,
else.
there were several other ones. Well, when I discovered what emo rap was, I thought
No,
know,
that's popular.
apparently it
there
is,
are others.
unfortunately. And like at first I thought it was just like a few people doing it, and then I realized, well, yeah, Hollywood Undead came out a long time ago, and they were kind of popular. And in fact, they're very popular. They're playing a festival I'm going to in a few weeks.
What are they
or a few
called?
months. Hollywood Undead.
Are they rappers?
They're not really rappers,
Because he
but
is
they,
a rap, but he does have, or did have, a flow of some parts for rap, I guess.
this dude apparently was a very popular emo rapper, and I didn't really know much about him when he died. And like, what really brought this whole monstrosity of music to my attention was there's a guy that I'm friends with on Facebook, and I don't really even know how I'm very, very good friends with him for that matter. But he made a post about how somebody named Kyle somebody, I don't know what his last name was. Whoever this guy was, he's a very popular rapper. And he was going on about how he's like killing it in the rap game.
He's popular rapular.
Yeah, he's a great rapper. Whoever this Kyle guy is, he's a good rapper. And either way, I clicked on the guy's music page, and I listened to the first thing that popped up, and it was this random white dude with very hipster hair, and he had this very long rap song about how he was really upset about his girlfriend not understanding about his way of life, I guess. And it was fucking terrible. It was hard to take serious. It was really bad. Like I don't really listen to rap music, to be honest with you, but I know the difference between good and bad rap music. Just like I'm sure CJ, who doesn't listen to metal music, can know the difference between shitty or bad metal music.
For the
Or
record, I don't listen to any music.
well, yeah, he's the one person in the world that doesn't listen to music. But like, regardless, it was just terrifying. I didn't realize that emo rap was a thing, and it totally fucking is. And then surely I Googled it, and that was the first image that came up, was that fucking guy.
He looks like a lizard. Like he
Does look like a lizard.
Who?
This guy in the
I mean, rest
picture.
in peace, little P. I mean,
Yeah, that sucks. He died and all, but like,
I have to ask one question, though. Have you heard their music?
I have
Other than-
not. I've heard. I don't need to. I've heard it's that
Well,
bad.
I don't know, man. I think you should hear their music before deciding whether you think it's going to be trash.
Okay,
we
well,
should, like, give it a
you know,
chance,
you
is
know
what
what?
you're saying?
I'm just saying,
in a roundabout way,
I
Bobo,
want to bet $1 million that
There's
there's
nothing
worse
wrong with
music that
judging
you guys have
books.
listened to other than some of their music.
That's
In a roundabout
true.
way,
I have listened to Nickelback.
In a roundabout way, Bobo, you are right. You are right.
I'm not here to defend emo rap, but I've actually heard some songs. I just one of them that's called Little Xan. And I actually thought a couple of songs were pretty good. In fact, one of them was
fair enough.
like surprisingly, I was like, "Damn, this is really him making this song." It was like
Fair enough.
surprisingly good to me. And then so I was like, "All right, well, I can
Well,
get."
like,
there is some trash,
Yeah,
but
big
I heard
time
some
trash.
good beats so far.
I mean,
Good. Right. So I would just say give it a try. It definitely isn't for everyone though. You know?
I'll listen to Little Peep when I go home tonight, and I'll make a new statement because you're right. I technically have never listened to this guy before, but I've seen what I've seen on Facebook, and I've listened to.
Yeah, if you take them by their face value, you're probably going to be disappointed. Unless
Well,
you're a
I mean,
16-year-old
I
girl.
had a hard time even wanting to listen to some
Yeah.
of it because of that look. And I've heard like little bits and pieces of other
Even
things
though-
that sounds like him, or I've heard bits and pieces of his videos. It was just very like quick hand and face. And here was the big thing that really upset me about
the tattoo of Anne Frank on someone's face.
No, that had nothing to do with that. I didn't know about it, but thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, one of them has Anne Frank on his face.
The big thing that really upset me about this whole movement of emo rap was there's a group out there. Well, it's not even a group. It's one person called Bad X Channels. And it's basically this guy named Craig Owens, who I'm was a huge fan of. He used to be the lead singer of this band called Chiodos. And I was a huge diehard Chiodos fan. I went to go see him many times in concert. Thought they were incredible. They were kind of in the like realm of like post-hardcore, a little bit of emo influence, but more so they were like kind of this post-hardcore, like very good rock band. And Craig Owens was their frontman, and he had an incredible voice. He could sing his ass off. He could scream really well. I was always impressed with him with everything he did. He did a lot of other projects outside of that, and they were all fantastic. And then one fine day, Chiodos finally broke up, and in fact, for the second time, they finally broke up, and he kept teasing he was going to do something new. And in the past, when he teased that he would do something new, it was going to be something really good. And then one day, I woke up to this teasing something new, and it was this band, Bad X Channels. And it's not a band. It's him singing over hip-hop beats. And I was terrified by how bad it was. And like, I mean, I'm not somebody that's against hip-hop or rap or anything like that, but it was shocking to hear this kind of talent.
But I am.
No, I'm not. There's a lot of rappers in hip-hop that I do like. But this guy that can write really fantastic music, just out of nowhere just went that route. It just shocked me. I was really surprised by it. Did not see it coming. I was bummed. Music sucks. Craig, you should go back to, music with instruments. But I was bummed. And that's when I sort of discovered what this movement of emo rap was. And then it just kind of kept going. Of course, there's Hollywood Undead. They're really popular. And there's all these other guys. It's just, I'm not a fan, guys. I'm not a fan. CJ is obviously mocking me a little bit, but look, I'm not a fan. I am definitely not a fan of emo rap. It's not my thing. No. And to make matters even worse, before we ended the show, 2 days ago, Slayer announced that they are retiring, and I wore a Slayer shirt and members of that because I love that band, and I probably won't get to go see them on the tour, but Rain and Blood always. Thank y'all very much for watching the show tonight. We'll see y'all next week for episode 60. 60 of these. That'll be next week. So thank y'all very much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Until then, we'll see y'all same time next place. Schreiber, Bobo, CJ, and Kenny back there. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Chime in next time. 850-907-7686.
Yeah, do that.
Bye.
Good night.
Have a good night. Later.
every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time for the Underground Pub Show, right here on the Pimpy K Multiverse Network.
Fucking right in the pussy.